Book 1. From my grandfather Verus, I learned good morals, and to govern my temper. From memory and the reputation of my father, modesty and a manly character. From my mother, belief, generosity, and abstinence, not only from evil deeds, but also from evil thoughts. And further, simplicity in my way of living, far removed from the habits of the rich. From my great-grandfather, not to attend public schools, but instead to have good teachers at home, and to know that on such things a man should be willing to spend. From my governor, neither to be in favor of the green nor the blue party, to be neutral and free from bias. From him I also learned the endurance of labor, and to want little, and to work with my own hands, not to meddle with other people's affairs, and not to listen to slander. From Diognetus, not to busy myself with unimportant things, and not to pay attention to what so-called miracle workers say about the ability to cast spells and drive away demons, not to breed quails for fighting, or involve myself passionately in such things, to enjoy freedom of speech, and to become intimate with philosophy, to listen first before speaking, to write dialogues in my youth, and to have little desire, simply a plank for a bed and sheet. From Rusticus, I received the impression that my character required improvement and discipline, and from him I learned not to be led astray by emulating others, nor to write on speculative matters, not to deliver speeches which drive people to pointless action, nor to show myself off as a man who practices much discipline, or does kind acts in order to make a display, to abstain from persuasive speech and poetry and fine writing, not to walk about the house in my outdoor clothes, to write my letters with simplicity, like the letter which Rusticus wrote from Cynessa to my mother. With respect to those who have offended me by words or done me wrong, to be free of anger as soon as they have shown a readiness to reconcile, to read carefully, and not to be satisfied with a superficial understanding of a book, nor to hastily give my approval to those who talk too much. I am indebted to him for being acquainted with the discourses of Epictetus, which he communicated to me out of his own collection. From Apollonius, I learned freedom of will and undeviating steadiness of purpose, and to look to nothing else, not even for a moment, except to reason, and to be always the same, even in sharp pains, on the occasion of loss, or in long illness. But I also saw clearly in him that the same man can be both most unwavering and yielding, without being weak in giving his instruction, and to have had before my eyes a man who clearly considered his experience and his skill in presenting philosophical principles to be the smallest of his merits. And from him I learned how to receive from friends esteemed favors without being humbled by them or letting them pass unnoticed. From Sextus, a kind character, and the example of a family governed in a fatherly manner, and the idea of living conformably to nature, to look carefully after the interests of friends, and to tolerate ignorant people who form opinions without consideration. He had the power of readily accommodating himself to all, so that communication with him was more agreeable than flattery, and at the same time he was most highly respected by those who associated with him, and he had the faculty both of discovering and ordering, in an intelligent and methodical way, the principles necessary for life, and he never showed anger or any other passion, but was entirely free from passion, and also most affectionate, and he could express approval without noisy display, and he possessed much knowledge without pretension. From Alexander the grammarian, to refrain from fault-finding, and not in a disapproving manner scold those who utter false words or strange-sounding expressions.
Para seguir escuchando este audiolibro gratuitamente, haz clic en el enlace de la descripción y podrás escucharlo completo sin coste gracias a la prueba de 30 días de Audible.